This AI warning went viral. What's actually real? Former Google CEO Eric Schmidt gave a talk at Stanford about AI, and the internet did what the internet does best. It grabbed the scariest parts, passed them around, and turned the whole thing into a warning siren. But underneath the viral clips and dramatic headlines, there was one idea worth slowing down for. AI is no longer just getting better at answering questions, it's getting better at taking actions. And that changes the game. But before we start imagining movie robots replacing everyone we love, let's take a breath, because the real warning is not that AI suddenly becomes human. The real warning is that AI may help people move faster, much faster, with both good ideas and bad ones. So, what was he actually talking about? Not robot dogs chasing people through parking lots, not glowing red eyes in a science fiction movie, not a computer suddenly learning how to love your family better than you do. The part worth paying attention to is much more practical than that. Schmidt talked about AI systems getting better in three big ways: bigger memory, more independent agents, and something called text-to-action. That sounds technical, but the idea is simple. Bigger memory means AI can hold more information at once. Instead of looking at one small question, it may be able to understand a long document, a long conversation, a full project, or a much bigger chunk of context. Agents means AI doesn't just sit there waiting for one question at a time. It may be able to break a task into steps, use tools, check information, make decisions inside a workflow, and keep moving. And text-to-action means you don't just type, "How would I build this?" You type, "Build this," or "Research this," or "Create a plan," or "Find the files, summarize them, draft the email, and set up the next step." That is the shift. AI is moving from a talking box to a doing box, and that's why people got nervous, because once AI starts taking actions, speed changes. A person with a rough idea may be able to test that idea faster. A small business may be able to build a workflow faster. A student may be able to create a prototype faster. A contractor may be able to organize paperwork faster. A scammer may be able to create fake messages faster. A copycat may be able to copy a product faster. A company may be able to launch something before anyone has really thought through the consequences. That's the part that matters. The warning isn't just, "Wow, AI is smart." The warning is, AI may make action cheaper, faster, and easier. And when action gets cheaper, faster, and easier, you get two things at the same time: opportunity and trouble. That's why this topic deserves more than panic. It deserves understanding. One of the reasons the talk spread so fast was because Schmidt gave an example that made people stop and say, "Wait, did he really just say that?" He described a world where AI could help someone build something extremely fast. Not months, not a giant team, not a traditional startup process. More like, give the system a goal, have it write code, connect tools, build a working version, and push the idea into the world before the old rules have even caught up. And the example that got attention involved copying something like TikTok, if it were banned. That is where the conversation got uncomfortable, because now we are not just talking about productivity. We are talking about speed, ethics, copying, ownership, legal risk, and a culture that sometimes acts first and asks questions later. That is the part worth slowing down for. AI doesn't just help good people move faster. It can help careless people move faster. It can help reckless people move faster. It can help dishonest people move faster. And that's why this is not just a technology story, it's a responsibility story. Now, this is where a lot of AI videos and conversations go off the rails. They take one uncomfortable example, add dramatic music, throw a robot on the screen, and make it sound like tomorrow morning your toaster is going to launch a startup and sue you. But that is not useful. Panic isn't a plan. The better question is not, should we be scared of AI? The better question is, what changes when more people can move faster with less friction? Because that is the real shift. A small business can move faster, a creator can move faster, a developer can move faster, a scammer can move faster, a student can move faster, a careless company can move faster. And when everyone can move faster, judgment becomes more important, not less. That's the part people may miss. AI doesn't remove the need for human judgment, it increases the need for it. And this brings us back to the question on the thumbnail. AI can't do this, can it? Well, it depends on what the word "this" means. Can AI write code? Yes. Can it summarize a document? Yes. Can it help build a simple app? Yes. Can it help organize information, draft emails, generate images, create workflows, and speed up repetitive work? Absolutely. But can it love your family? No. Can it sit with someone in a hard moment and actually understand what that moment means? No. Can it carry real responsibility the way a human being does? No. Can it replace the judgment that comes from living through consequences? No. Can it decide what kind of person you want to be when technology gives you more power than you had before? No. That is still on us. And that's why this whole conversation is important. Because the scary part is not that AI becomes human overnight. The scary part is that humans may get powerful tools before they have the wisdom to use them well. That is not a robot problem, that's a people problem, and people problems require people to stay awake. Not panicked, not helpless, not frozen. Awake. This is the part where normal people need to pay attention. Not because everyone needs to become an AI engineer, not because you need to understand every model, every startup, every headline, or every dramatic prediction online, but because AI is becoming part of everyday work. It is moving into offices, schools, small businesses, construction companies, customer service, marketing, finance, software, scams, and creative work, and the people who understand it calmly will be in a much better position than the people who either worship it or ignore it. That's the middle ground. Do not treat AI like magic. Do not treat it like a monster. Treat it like a powerful tool that needs supervision, judgment, and boundaries. Use your brain first. Use AI second. Ask better questions. Check what it gives you. Do not hand it your ethics. Do not hand it your responsibility. And don't let panic make the decisions for you. Because Eric Schmidt's warning may be uncomfortable, but the useful takeaway is not. Everything is doomed. The useful takeaway is, this is moving fast, so we should get smarter. And that is the difference. Fear says, run. Hype says, trust everything. But wisdom says, slow down, understand the tool, and decide what kind of human you want to be while using it. That's where the real future is, not just in what AI can do, but in what people choose to do with it. So yes, this AI warning went viral. And yes, some of it is worth taking seriously. But the answer is not to panic. The answer is to pay attention, stay honest, and build smarter. Because the goal is not to let AI do all our thinking. The goal is to use better tools without losing the human judgment that makes those tools worth using in the first place. That's how you build smarter.